Alrighty then, and a very warm welcome to another Shakes and Fidget episode. Unfortunately, there is not much time for me to bring up content. I'm still playing on EU1, of course. I'm trying my best there, but now there is something different we want to have a look about, and it's the possible change for the DRUID and BARD. Especially, actually, I want to compare the DRUID since I played it on World 59 International, and well, I hope you got a chance to take part in the beta server. So they spreaded the post, you got the code, and then you could take part for the beta server and choose your class. And first of all, I gotta say that I really like the idea of Shakes and Fidget giving codes for a specific server. So actually, I think that in the future, it may be possible that you got like an event server. Let me just give an example. Let's just say Shakes and Fidget would announce a 1 week server just free to play. So no mushrooms. For 1 week. And they say like 1,000 people can take part in. Yeah. They give the codes and people try to get in and they manage it. So I think this is quite a great idea, but I'm not sure if this is going to happen. But actually the mechanics are there to give access codes for servers. So basically, let's see if something like this happens in the future. And what you see now is the better server actually. I just played day 1. I didn't play really much. I just like 10 minutes before the day 2 started, and I actually played day 2. And I said I want to see what happens. So I made it read, and I didn't skill anything except luck. So I'm just trying to skill luck. I will explain to you why I tried this, but before go in some details. In some details for the first review, I got to tell you that right now. So when day 2 starts, at least, there seems to be a bug. Yeah, because you just have to see like this information. It says basically you are in a basic form, and either you can get to a swoop attack, yeah, so you go for the eagle, or you evade, and if you evade, you're going to beer form as long as you crit, then you go back. So, and it says in beer form you can neither evade nor perform a swoop attack, and at the moment it's possible to yeah, let's see if this is the right fight. So I'm in beer mode now, but I'm still evading, and this shouldn't be possible though. That means that basically the DRUID with this bug is stronger than it should be. Yeah, and when I first started to play in day 1, I thought like, oh, it's pretty OP. But I mean, those crits are really leading to big damage. So basically, they put the beer mask and the tiger mask kind of together in function. And well, with this bug, actually this test is not valid. I actually saved some fights to show you how strong it is, but I found out that with this bug it's not, there's no reason to mention it because it won't be official anyway. Yeah, so we gotta wait with for some more details out of the Shakes and Fidget Discord if this bug is pretty much resolved. So maybe we will get another beta phase soon for the DRUID without this bug, maybe, or they can bug fix it. Yeah, I'm not sure, but still we can compare something, and this is what I want to do, because here you see the DRUID on World 59, which It's not played pretty much actually anymore from my side, but still it's here. And there you can just compare. So the old, right, it is now DRUID in the eagle form has swoop damage of 500%. Basic chance for swoop 50%, which gets decreased by any swoop attacks. Yeah. So this was the basic eagle form. Now, as we saw, the basic eagle form says that the swoop damage bonus gives another 100%. There's a basic chance of 25%, and it gets increased by 5%. So basically the eagle form with the swoop gets a little bit weaker, which says it's not that OP versus mages anymore. Still, it seems to be pretty much strong, but it's not that OP anymore as it was before. Now we can go for this. So if you are in the beer form, yeah, you basically have a evade chance of 35%. Yeah. 35% evade chance. It's not included here, I think. No, but I think it's 35%. And then you are able to have a 75 crit chance, yeah? Which means now it says I have 29%. So it takes the basic volume I have here, but it could be 75%. It depends on if your enemy has a lower level, then it would increase from 29%, but normally you fight against enemies in PvE at least, which has a higher level. So actually this chance of 29% decreases, and in PvP it should be around the value. And that's why I decided to go for luck in the first place, because the damage it deals, it's a critical damage bonus by 200%, and this is kind of comparable to the Tiger Mask, or even how it was at the start. When the DRUID got reworked in the first place, the critical damage bonus of the Tiger Mask was 200%, and that led to very, very strong attacks. And as you saw in my fight, even though I evaded, you're able to land pretty high damaged, critical hits as beer. And this is what I find pretty much interesting, because it appears to be a class which may be quite strong with just 1 or 2 critical hits. So as most of you guys know, it's in the late game the case that a lot of fights are pretty fast. Some guys are one hit, mages try to one hit or get one hit, but even other classes don't have very long fights. So if you're able to do such a lot of damage with just 1 or 2, if you're lucky, 2 hits, it could be pretty strong in the late game. Even though you gotta consider that the critical chance is actually more of a problem in the first days. So as I said, I just skilled luck, and still my chance is not that high. I'm playing against dungeons here now who have either a higher level. So I'm just useful, or the beer form is just useful if I do the crits, and that means each attack I don't crit as beer is actually making me weak. So it's actually a very weak form like this. I didn't crit because my critical chance is just too low. Of course, it's just one fight. next fight will be maybe a little bit better. And as long as I'm in beer, I cannot do swoop damage. Now that's the second part. So this form right now in the early game could lead to some more spended mushrooms in total, which as long as your critical chance is not high enough, because it says you have a maximum critical chance by 75%, but it doesn't automatically increase your critical chance. So this is a big difference to the DRUID as it was right now, or as it is still officially, because here it says that you could increase your maximum crit chance by 25%. Yeah. And that's a point. I think it was that it automatically increased your chance at least by 3%, like it says here, and it doesn't increase your critical chance by 3% in the beta form. No. So the conclusion is, as long as you don't have a high crit chance, it makes you it makes the DRUID weaker in PvE, and actually in PvP too. And in the late game, luck is actually no deal anymore. If you have black gems, of course not if you just have legendary stones, but you have epics, you have black gems, and you can scale your luck, of course, even higher. Luck gets maybe a little bit more important, but because each chance above 50%, even though is pretty nice, yeah. And even in PvP, most of the chars have actually the same level, so the chance to get more than 50% crit chance is kind of realistic. And that's the point which I think is quite interesting. Of course, the fact that you don't have to change your mask all the time anymore is pretty much good, because if you fight against a mage, you are automatically in the eagle form. Yeah, it doesn't need to be changed because you cannot evade, and even there the swoop damage seems to be pretty well doing. And so it's just my feelings that the basic form as an eagle against mages is still good enough. And yeah, the beer thing is quite interesting, but I think it could get some troubles in the early game, or it makes the gameplay harder in the early game as it was before with the DRUID, but it makes it better in the mid game and especially in the late game. But this is my first review, but as I said before, be aware that these tests here are connected to a bug which shouldn't occur. Yeah. If you are in beer form, you shall not evade. So that means you're more you're just more you're actually concerned about doing your crits as fast as possible, because otherwise the try you do is pretty weak. Yeah, as you could see. So these are my first thoughts, and yeah, still I have to say that I really like the way Playa Games is doing this test, even though there are still some bugs. So normally if you could join the beta server, you got 4,000 mushrooms, and with validating your email you got 2,000 more mushrooms, which is quite good to have a good start. And yeah, that they are changing things which are wished by the community and using the beta server. It's like things we said in the past, it's really important they use this function, and they do. And as I said, giving access codes could lead to some quite interesting events in the future. Just my mind. I will share my thoughts about this with Playa Games. So if you have any comments connecting to these thoughts, so just comment them and maybe I can share them too. And anyways, that was my first impression about this change. Maybe I'll do another video if you have some simulations out of the Shakes and Fidget Discords. And thanks for your support. Have a nice day. Goodbye. See you soon.